Bright got Mark White with us after that game. Blooming hell, Mark! Weren't expecting that at all, mate. You know.
Listen, mate. I mean, you have to call it as you see it. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, the shambolic defensive performance. Really, I thought notably Ed and Stuart Nelson, I thought were extremely poor. If I'm honest, I think they've got to take ownership over that, and I think they will. I thought Jordan Cheadle had a sound debut, and thought Barry, although he's fought for the last game, you know, showed his endeavour as always. But I thought, in particular, Ed and Nelson, Stuart will have much better games than that in their career. You know, with three shots on target and 3-0 down, and the goals were just soft goals.
I've never seen us so open at the back before in my life. I haven't seen us like that. That's the biggest defeat I've seen.
I think that's got to be our biggest defeat in 10-15 years.
Yeah.
I can't remember a defeat that big. But the thing is, they today, because they played a diamond, we actually had a spare defender. Normally we don't. Normally when we play the 4-2-3-1s, we're man for man. But today we had a spare defender, but we got too close to them. I said to them, look, it's a small pitch. I knew that all they'd do is literally, predominantly I thought they'd find one of their hopeful overloads and they'd turn the ball into dangerous areas against our back three, and that's all they'd done. And then the fact of the matter is, obviously we've dominated, you know, the game for like serious long periods, you know, had serious possession, but how can you come back from 3 down after 25 minutes?
Yeah.
So well done to Chippenham. You have to give credit. You can never go away saying, you know, it's 4-1, and you know it wasn't a 4-1. It was a fucking 4-1. They scored 4 goals. We scored 1. But the fact of the matter was, it was just horrific defending. It was like, you know, us goal, us goal, and it was just like, you know, just horrific defending, and we gifted them a lead to hold on to. Second half, absolutely, obviously, all over them. Keepers had a good game. The boy deserved the man of the match for a hat-trick. If it weren't him, it was the keeper. But there's no point us finding positives in terms of, you know, to talk it up. I thought the real thing, the thing I'm pleased with is I thought the midfield 3 were brilliant. You can't knock them. Josh Taylor, Niall McManus and Dan were brilliant in midfield. Won all their battles, kept the ball, kept it going sideways, you know, and we were let down today by poor defending, mate.
Do you feel like in the first 5-10 minutes we started really well? We had a couple of shots on goal, but they never worked the goalkeeper, which was disappointing. Yeah. But do you feel that they were getting through us too easy through the middle, or you felt that the midfield were doing enough in the midfield to stop them coming through? No,
I thought it was just really, you know, they were sort of just playing sort of straight balls into dangerous areas, and then just Ed got rolled a few times, and you know it was innocuous. You look at it, you know, the first goal was just, you know, just basic play. The second goal, Ed just goes in for a ball out wide. He doesn't need to, and he leaves us 2-on or 3-on-1. Mm-hmm. And Ed should know better than that. Nicky gives away the ball as well for a goal. Should put it in the box, goes inside. Barry just shit goals. I mean, they're terrible goals, but the bottom line is they're goals, aren't they? They're goals, and it's unfair on Chippenham to say anything other than they deserve to win, because they did win. But obviously it'd also be unreasonable to say that we've not had a huge amount of possession, and we've forced the keeper into several saves across the game, and you know, we'd be disappointed, mate, but it is just 3 points.
Oh yeah.
Do we have to look at the, you know, we took Jason off with, you know, 35 to go. You know, wasn't prepared to risk him.
But then all the crosses came in then, didn't they?
Ironically, Nicky had I thought, but Nicky hasn't played, and Nicky got going near the end. I thought we had an okay game, but we had to protect Jason.
No, of course.
That's the bottom line. But listen, no matter which way you cut and paste it, it's 3 points. Really annoyed. One of our players stopped for one of the goals. Whistle going off on the pitch behind us. I was really, really annoyed about that. It's, you know, I don't know whether they've got an issue with that, but it's, not in the rules. You can't have an adjacent pitch with a game going on, like, and the whistle was going off non-stop first half, which really pissed me off because one of our players has stopped for the second goal, I think it was. But obviously Chippenham are a good club, and hopefully they'll do something about that. But no, there's no excuses, guys, really. I mean, defensive shambles.
Can I ask a question? When Briggsy goes in the middle, like as a number 10, does he play as a number 10? Because he looks so dangerous when he gets in that middle and he runs at the heart of the defence.
Yeah, it is, but our issue today wasn't forward play.
No.
Because during the game, if you watch that game back, we must have had, I'd say 15 shots on target and about 30 off. Right, we've had a huge amount of opportunities. Our issue isn't forward play, right? You know, our issue was, and has been all season, our defensive play. You know, you're putting people under pressure when you're 3-0 down, and yeah, all your boys ahead of that were doing a good job. It took a bit of a while for Jace to get going, but it's going to. But listen, you can't win games and you go 3-0 down.
No.
But as it goes, they really did believe, they genuinely believed, up until they scored the breakaway fourth, they genuinely believed that they could get back in the game. I think if they get a second, you know, it's one of those, wasn't it? It's all over them, obviously. But listen, good coaching team, good manager, knew that balls in them areas would hurt us, exposed us, and got 3-4 goals, you know, from us by doing that and forcing errors. But you've got to be realistic, do you know what I mean? And the fact is we've given them that game on another level. That's the realistic situation, but they did win it. Well done to them. Good to see their fans coming out as well, singing as well. Always good to see, and I credit them for getting the 3 points, guys. That's the bottom line.
Last question, because I know it's cold. I think Darren Oldacre, he looks a player. I thought he came on, and some of his touches I thought were superb. I thought he looked really good.
Yeah, I think a word for Darren and Jordan. It's very difficult to make debuts in this team, and I thought Jordan made it look really easy. I thought he'd done really, really well. I was really pleased with Jordan. And then DJ's probably playing out of position when he comes on, but we had to take Jason off, and I didn't want to move Josh or Niall because they were sort of tearing up the pitch. I thought they run them into the ground, which is good. You know, you have to take positives out of it. It's 3 points, guys.
Yeah.
It's not good for the club. It's not good for the fans that came all this way, but it is just one defeat. Obviously, we can only really focus on one game at a time. We've got Jason out of the game, injury free. Briggs has got minutes that he desperately needs, so has Nicky Wheeler. So Jordan Cheadle coming in. So there's a lot of positives today that we can take into training, and that's what we'll have to do. But you know, the fact of the matter is, I'm assuming, you know, I don't really know the manager. I'm assuming he's an honest guy, and you know, they've played to their game plan, and you know, we have really gifted them. I think when Stuart and Ed look back at that, they'll be disappointed between the pair of them. The goals they score, but fucking, they are. I'm not even on about the little mistakes building up to it. They were bad enough, but just like almost p-rollers, like just going in the net, like just, you know, got to be honest, that's just that's not good enough, mate. So that's not the standard here, mate.
Fair enough, matey. We'll have a safe journey home, and I'll see you next Saturday.
Cheers, guys.
All the best.